Welcome back. All right, so we got 2 games done, so I'm going to review these. I also have a news board behind this. I will be doing a news video before I turn in for the night, maybe in between the first and second period of the last game tonight, which is New Jersey-Anaheim. Fingers crossed New Jersey-Anaheim's an entertaining game. So we'll start off with what was the most entertaining game of the 2 that were played, and that's Arizona and Ottawa. I don't know if you're a Sens fan, if you're going to feel the same way about how entertaining this game is. Really, it's the walking wounded right now with the Ottawa Senators. So it's Vejmelka versus Forsberg. Kesselring fires one wide as the Coyotes press. You could tell 14 losses in a row. Arizona didn't really want to have more of that. O'Brien to Carcone gets picked off. The Coyotes press at 4.5 minutes. Stetcher has a shot that's held. The shots are 3-2 Arizona 5 minutes into this. Dumba has a shot that deflects out. Really strong start by the Coyotes, and they get on the board first. It's Carcone bearing a rebound from O'Brien and Kesselring at 7:31. I thought that one was on the defense for the Ottawa Senators, making it way too easy for the Coyotes to pass the puck around there. Hayden nearly adds another. Things get pushy on a hold by Forsberg. Pretty restless crowd at this point. Shots are 12-4 for Arizona at 9 minutes. Yeah, that'll do it. Tkachuk has a rush chance, that's held, and then Mosier on a one-timer from the left circle. Gunther and Carcone with the assists at 12:39, and I felt that one was both poor defense and the goaltending you probably want to save there. Power play for the Coyotes, it's 4 minutes for McEwen. Then Ridley Gregan, trying to have a little bit of a shorthanded rush, is guilty of a trip, and so it becomes 2 minutes of 5-on-3. It's way too long. And so during the 5-on-3, Schmaltz scores, buries it short side. Michelli and Dursey with the assists of 15:37. Now, because it's during the first 2 minutes of a 4-minute power play, the 2-minute power play comes off. The other 2 minutes are still there. The other penalty's still in effect, meaning it's still 5-on-3. So Dursey has a shot that's held. That's the only shot that Arizona managed during that second 5-on-3 and the 5-on-4 that followed. Ottawa kills it off. But Tarasenko would get Ottawa on the board. He scores from Chychrun and Pinto at 18:09. That may be the final goal that Tarasenko scores at home as a Sen, because they won't be back home until after the trade deadline. So the Sens press for another. Things are kind of punchy at the horn. These teams really not liking each other. Really a lot of chirping in that third period too. But it's 3-1 for the Coyotes after one. Second period. Sens start with a full power play because of the punchy at the horn. They cycle, near miss for Giroux, it's cleared out. They kill it off, and then the Coyotes rush after it's done. The shots are 2-1 for Ottawa, 4 minutes in. Coyotes press are kept to the outside. There's a stretch pass to Cooley that's blocked. He was all alone, too. If that puck had got to him, that very well could have been in the net. Giroux has a shot that's held as the Sens press. Krause is denied on a 2-on-1 rush. Sens press at 7.5 minutes. Sanderson's denied there. We get a crossbar for Bjugstad. Batherson has a one-timer that's saved as the Sens press, and then Batherson would score during that shift. He has a 4-game goal streak going on. Bernard Docker and Stutzla with the assists at 13:49. It's 3-2, and then during the TV timeout that followed, Turney really gives his team the riot act. It really didn't help. Teams exchange rushes. There's a near miss for Pinto. We get a power play for the Sens, and they score on it. Like I said, it didn't help. Pinto scores from Tarasenko and Stutzla at 15:52, far side from the slot, so Tarasenko with a goal and an assist tonight, and suddenly it's a 3-3 tie. Now Ottawa just needs the lead. Hayden has a slot shot that deflects out. It's 3-3 after 2. So third period. Kelly has a net drive that's saved. We end up with 2 minutes of 4-on-4. And then we get a power play for Arizona after that. There's a shorthanded rush by Kelly that gets defended. The puck goes the other way, and after the rush, Gunther wires one from the slot. Schmaltz and Michelli with the assists at 4:18. So that's another power play goal for the Coyotes tonight, and they're ahead again, this time 4-3. Things get pushy on a hold by Vejmelka on a chance by Kelly. Parker Kelly was all around the net today. Cooley has a shot that's held as the Coyotes press. The Sens press at the half. They end up drawing a power play. Breakaway for Kerfoot shorthanded, and he's denied. So he's trying to do the shorthanded goal thing that he did last night against Toronto. In this case, he doesn't get it. The power play is killed off, though. Tkachuk exits the bench with about 4 minutes left. He got shaken up earlier in the period, but he had shifts after that. He was chirping the Coyotes bench after that. I do wonder, is there an injury there they want to take a look at? Shabbat exited as well. Probably a similar thing. Goalie pull happens with 2:01 left, and at 18:45, Michelli hits the empty net. The Coyotes end the 14-game winless streak. They go to a 5-3 win and go to 24-31-5 with the win. The Sens 25-30-3 with the loss. They've lost 3 straight. The Sens had a lot going for them about a week ago at this time. They don't now. Shots on net 18-11 Arizona in the first, 19-4 Ottawa in the second, and then 9-7 Arizona in the third. The final shots 37-31 for the Sens. Power plays 2 for 4 for Arizona, 1 for 3 for Ottawa. The hits 33-32 for the Coyotes. Vejmelka saved 34 out of 37, and Forsberg saved 26 out of 30. It was supposed to be Korpisalo tonight too, but he was under the weather, so they didn't actually have a backup ready. Would have been the emergency backup goaltender, meaning Forsberg was in there no matter how many goals Arizona had scored tonight. All right, and the other matchup, the Philadelphia Flyers and the Washington Capitals. And I will straight up admit, I want Philly to make the playoffs. I hope that does happen. I'm not sure if it will. Some concerns, I would think, for Philly fans coming out of tonight. So it's Ersson versus Lindgren. And at 152 on what was basically a 2-0 rush, Brink scores from Frost and Tippett. So it's 1-0 Philadelphia. Flyers look to add another. There's a stick save on Sanheim. Philly draws a power play. Does it suck? Well, Tippett has a one-timer that's held. Power play's killed off. So, yeah, it sucks. It's Philly's power play. Shots are 6-2 for the Flyers at 6 minutes. Milano with a near miss as the Caps press. It's cleared out. Paling has a net feed on a rush. That gets picked off. The Caps press with 9.5 minutes left. Despite the zone time, the Caps aren't getting much at the net. The Flyers are blocking at the net pretty well. 3:13 left. The Flyers get a power play, and it scores. It's Tippett from Zamula and Frost at 18:23. Top corner from the left circle. Power play didn't suck that time, so they're 1 for 2, and they're up 2-0 after 1. Things look pretty good, but there's another 40 minutes to play. Early press by the Caps in the second. The Caps press again. The Flyers are blocking and rushing, but you could feel the momentum starting to shift here. Strome to Pacioretty's picked off, and then on a face-off win, Ovechkin buries one. He scores from Wilson and Lapierre at 4:34. He must have heard the Philly announcers talking about, he's lost his step, and maybe he's not going to get there. And then he gets a goal. Flyers press, the Caps block. Shots are 3-2 for Philly at 8.5 minutes. Flyers blocking the net pretty well, but they can't keep that up the whole game. Pacioretty is denied on a fast break, and at 9:55, Milano buries one from the doorstep. Originally, Pacioretty was given an assist. Last I looked, they've taken that assist away. It's an odd unassisted goal, but there it is. That ties the game at 2. Caps then draw a power play. The Flyers clear, and again, they do kill that off. One thing for the Flyers, their power play hasn't been good this year, but their penalty kill has been fantastic. Things get pushy on a hole by Lindgren. We get a power play for Philly. Question again, does it suck? Tippett has a shot that's held. There's a shorthanded rush chance by Protas that's saved. The Flyers cycle late. It's killed off, so, yep, sucks. Brink fires one wide after it ends, and then at 17:45 on a wraparound, and only the 8th shot of the period for the Caps, they score again. It's Carlson from Lapierre and Sandin. So all of a sudden, with a 3-goal second period, Washington has themselves a lead. Third period, Lapierre has a rush chance that's blocked. Strome's denied. The Caps are controlling early. The Flyers then press at 1.5 minutes. Caps block and clear briefly. The shots are 4-1 for Philly at 4 minutes, which I didn't think was that indicative of the play at that time. Sanheim has a wraparound that's picked off. We get a power play for the Capitals, and they score on it. It's Mantha from Strome and Wilson at 6:04. Lapierre then has a one-timer that's held. We had a fight between Hathaway and Wilson. Teams exchange rushes, and I thought that fight was just Hathaway trying to rile his teammates up a little bit. Shots are 7-5 for Philly with 8 minutes left. Couturier's denied and close. The Caps then rush, and they score. Strome with the insurance marker. Pacioretty and Edmondson with the assists at 15:38 makes your score 5-2. With 1:39 left, the Caps get a power play, and they run out the clock. They win this one 5-2. They go to 28, 22, and 9 with the win. Philly 31, 23, and 7 with the loss. If New Jersey wins tonight, they get that much closer to potentially passing Philly for that 3rd spot in the division, which of course is where the Caps go, hey, we're closer too. Shots on net in this one favored Philly 11-5 in the first, and then 9-5 Washington in the second, 9-7 Philly in the third. Final shots 25-21 for the Flyers. Power plays, both teams go 1 for 3. Hits 30-29 for Philadelphia. Ersson saved 16 out of 21. It was not a great game for Ersson. Lindgren was pretty good. 23 saves on 25 shots, And there you go. You're all caught up. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe in the event that you've not done so. I forgive you. Go ahead and fix it. There you go. Thanks again for all your support, as always. I will talk to you again soon.